If you find this show informative or funny, you should tell your friends, your family. You got fingers. You got fingers. You got fingers. You got fingers. Come on.
5 different shows.
5 different shows.
5 days a week.
5 days a week. 5 different topics. 5 different minutes. You got fingers. You got fingers. You got fingers. Ow! You got fingers. Fingered by Randy and Jason.
What's coming to Crackle?
Crackle. Let's talk about Crackle. No, we're doing Netflix for the month of May.
Month of May. All right.
If you heard last episode, you know how this goes. We go through all the things on Netflix. If we see something that piques our interest, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, if not, I'm just going to tell Randy what's coming on Netflix. And if there's nothing good, then it's Netflix. It's probably not ours.
Hey, you heard like an extended version of just reading the article for yourself and figuring out whether you want to watch something. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Well, but really quickly.
Yeah.
From the April Netflix.
Right.
Was there anything that stood out to you like after the fact? Like that was I didn't expect to enjoy that. I mean, obviously like, there was stuff on there.
Well, I did watch Gremlins.
You didn't watch Gremlins?
No, I did watch Gremlins.
Oh, you did? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anything that you had not seen before?
God, I don't remember now. I was gonna watch. What's the disco-y one?
Get Down.
The Get Down. I'm still gonna watch the second half of that. I still haven't got to it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. We traveled, so that's why.
Yeah.
This is why this show's been delayed too. It's because we were traveling, so I kind of like didn't really get to watch as much Netflix as I wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't watch too much Netflix, but I mean, I did watch like the Louis C.K. thing, and we talked about that one last time.
Yeah.
It wasn't really too much that I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think May's going to be our month.
I think May has some good stuff.
All right.
Okay. American Experience, The Big Burn. American Experience, The Boys of 36.
Oh,
Don't know
so
what
nice
that
they
is.
made it twice.
Anvil, the story of Anvil. I've heard that's funny, but I've never got around to watching it.
Okay.
Which is like a metal documentary about like a
Oh,
band,
yeah.
That kind of didn't quite make it, and they kind of have like a resurgence, I think.
Right.
Maybe through irony. I'm not sure. Blood on the Mountain. Chaahat.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Chocolat.
Chocolat. Decanted. Don't Think Twice. Drifter. Forrest Gump, which relates
Gump.
relates to
the Mandela effect.
the other dimension.
Yeah.
The dumb dimension. Maybe
I thought it was called Life is Like a Box of Chocolates. Is that not the name?
no,
of
it's
the
like
movie?
life was like a box of chocolates. And in my
There's a third dimension.
Forrest Gump was actually a genius.
Oh, really?
He was really smart. It was about a really smart guy who interacted with all these people throughout history.
Yeah, he could count cards really well. I remember that.
Happy Feet.
Happy Feet.
Kind of hard to get mad about Happy Feet.
Let's not pass Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay.
People, I think there's a very, I think there's two camps on Forrest Gump.
Yeah?
Do you ever feel like there's like some people, it's the greatest movie ever made?
I feel like there's two camps, and I think it's people that like Forrest Gump and people that like it so fucking much they'll eat at Bubba Gump restaurants.
I think that's the only reason Bubba Gump restaurants exist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's pretty much.
How
it's pretty much Red Lobster from the dumb dimension.
How many times do you think when they're that's good when they're inside that restaurant do the guests ask what kind of shrimp do you have? And like how much do you think they hate that or hate their jobs in life?
No, I think if you apply there, you just think it's like I think it starts off like those people that apply to work at Disneyland. Thinking that working at Disneyland is going to be like going to Disneyland every day because they love it that much.
Yeah, and restaurant people get restaurant jobs because they want to live out their dreams.
Yeah, but well, I mean, you could just go apply at Coco's, but you applied.
They didn't make a movie about Coco's though.
No, they didn't. There's probably going to be a movie about that gorilla named Coco someday.
Yeah, maybe that's something.
Maybe that will make people. But anyways, I'm thinking. I just remember going there in Long Beach with my wife, and like outside they had like Forrest Gump shoes, but they were like metal and really heavy, and like you could put your feet next to them or something.
Oh, okay.
But it was just it was just bizarre there was like a bench.
Weird kind of.
Yeah, it's just like really really weird. And then like when you get in there, like you got to eat there, and it's just full of like it's like drinks with all kinds of shit on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see the connection to Jenny having AIDS in that restaurant as much as I try. You know?
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't see the
But it is a success story that shows that any fucking idiot can pretty much bag a really hot chick if they're persistent enough over time.
And they will put up with enough shit. Yeah, you can get the chick.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, and then fucking the best part of, you know what I just considered?
What's that?
Is their kids Haley Joel Osment?
Is there a kid?
They have a kid at the end.
Was it?
You look, can you
check
fact
it
check
out.
that? And the reason why I think that's interesting is because Jenny has AIDS.
Right, yeah.
And Jenny dies of AIDS.
Yeah.
But isn't he
It was
also
Haley Joel Osment?
Isn't he the one who said Walker told me I have AIDS?
Yes.
So we actually have some kind of continuity with him in his movie universe.
Oh my
where
God.
he has AIDS because fucking Jenny was his mom.
Yeah.
And wait, does this mean that Forrest Gump has AIDS and is he dead too?
Oh my God. No, wait, no.
No?
No, because Forrest got with her before all that happened. She had another transition in her life, and that's where things went down for Jenny.
Right.
Yeah. So I think Forrest was all right.
So wait, she got AIDS after she had the kid?
But no, it was Forrest's kid though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, oh my God, now I'm worried about Forrest.
Well, now I just realized I have to go on Netflix and watch Forrest Gump this May.
Like life isn't like a box of chocolates.
No,
it's like a bag of AIDS.
Life is like an AIDS cocktail. You never know what you're going to get.
You know exactly what you're going to get. AIDS.
AIDS, man. So, you know what? That story I told in the beginning where if you're persistent enough, it's not a good idea.
It's not worth it.
No, because if she will eventually bang you, she probably has AIDS.
She will eventually probably bang everyone else.
She's tired of your shit and wants to kill you. And Walker says he has AIDS.
Oh, man.
All right, so Happy Feet.
Happy Feet. No, his name was Forrest Gump, Jason.
In the Shadow of Iris, a Netflix original film. Don't know
okay,
what but,
all right.
Okay, Love.
Love the TV show, or
just says Love 2015.
All right, so probably not the TV show.
Losing Sight of Shore.
Okay.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh.
Nerdland.
Oh.
Raja Hindustani. 1996.
Very good.
Richard Pryor, Icon. I did watch the Richard Pryor special from last month, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It's fucking totally worth watching. It's pretty cool. It's just like Richard Pryor in like, honestly, it looks like a deli.
Oh, really?
It looks like he's just doing stand-up in a deli like in like 1971 maybe.
Right.
Like he's not, I don't think he's huge yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he is. But it's just like a small little, you can see like sandwich prices above his head. Like,
right,
while
yeah.
he's doing it. And he's talking, he's not like incredibly funny like by today's standards in it.
Okay.
But he says stuff in it that's like pretty poignant, I think, and probably really raw for the time.
Yeah.
Like he talks about like a white guy coming into his neighborhood and saying like, you know, oh, I'm looking to get my dick sucked, basically, like from a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out it's his mom.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's like, can you imagine that happening in a white neighborhood? Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
happen.
right.
So like he does. So there's sort of like
there is a little commentary going on there. He's like one of the few comedians, maybe. Yeah, in my opinion, like him and Carlin are like this two people from like those eras that I can still watch and get the same satisfaction that I do from modern comedians that I really enjoy.
Yeah, this is totally off topic almost now, but I remember watching like as a kid. I remember not entirely understanding racism. I knew that I had racist family members and that they had a problem with black people,
right?
And I didn't quite understand it. I actually, regardless of what the show is, I thought Michael Jackson was pretty cool,
right?
And then there's black kids in the neighborhood that I was friends with. One of my best friends when I was like 4 was named Lamar, and we were wasn't like a thing, but I remember there being like tension.
Yeah.
And so I remember though, me and Lamar going to the drive-in to watch Richard Pryor's The Toy.
Nice.
And like when you watch that movie today, there is just the most fucked up, like he's basically like working for like the KKK
yeah.
as a fucking gesture for a rich white kid. And it's like, at the time, I just remember thinking, this is an adorable movie.
Yeah.
But when you see it today, like through the lens of like what they were actually presenting, it's pretty crazy.
Like whenever I think about that movie now, I'm like, how the fuck did that get made?
Yeah, right?
That's fucking racist.
Yeah, no. And I mean, but it was like, I remember in the movie, Richard Pryor and his wife want money to buy a home.
Right.
So he's willing to put up with the bullshit to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of ends up like teaching the kid that his parents are assholes.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of good, but I dare somebody to remake that.
Yeah.
I dare
exactly.
you. I dare you
That's
to get
the
that
point.
remade.
Yeah. I dare you to go through all of that to get to that fucking point.
Yeah. And I remember Lonnie Anderson's boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I remember she like the painting on it. And I remember as a kid just being like I remember thinking how absurd those boobs were.
Right.
But I was wholly fascinated by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Anyways, but The Toy unfortunately is not coming to Netflix.
No.
Under Arrest season 5.
Have you ever seen any of Under Arrest before?
No.
Huh.
I don't even know what it is. All right. Bodyguards: Secret Lives of the Watchtower.
Okay.
Hija De La Laguna.
It seems like they'll make a document or like a real life TV show about anything at this point. Bodyguards, Secret Lives of the Watchtower. That has to be a fucking action fucking packed.
Maria Bamford, Old Baby. I guess that's probably a comedy special.
Yeah.
Two Lovers and a Bear. Maybe that's going to be our Milo and Otis sequel we've been looking for.
Two Lovers and a Bear that kills you.
Chelsea season 2. That's actually already back.
Yeah, that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, and it did change formats like we talked about last time.
Yeah.
You know, Handsome, a Netflix mystery movie.
Are we doing that now? Is that Netflix? Are you that up your own ass right now? You're like, it's a mystery, a Netflix mystery movie.
It's like Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Right.
It's a Netflix mystery movie, and then it says Netflix original film, and then Kazoops season 3 Netflix original.
Fucking how could I have missed 2 and 1?
Sense8 season 2. Did you watch Sense8 season 1?
I watched like parts of it.
Okay, so like Sense8 season 1, it was like I did enjoy it. It was wasn't I don't think it was fantastic, but I enjoyed it.
Right.
Then they made a Christmas special, and that shit was complete fucking dog shit. It was like somebody watched Sense8 and then on Tumblr, and they're like, hey, fanfic writer on Tumblr, why don't you write the Christmas special or the holiday special for it? And I sat down 3 times trying to sit through it, and it was just so fucking corny. They were so in love with their own characters that they forgot how to make them characters.
Right.
It was gushing, and it was just fucking stupid.
They need more Christmas episodes like Black Mirror.
Yeah, right?
That's a Christmas episode.
So I'm going to watch Sense8. I'm going to try Sense8 season 2, hoping that the Christmas special or the holiday special had nothing to do with how the actual show actually flows.
Right.
And that the holiday special was just kind of like fast-tracked or something. But anyways.
All right.
Simplemente Manu NNa. Spirit, Riding Free, season 1.
All right. Netflix original.
The Last Kingdom, season 2. Netflix original. I didn't know there was a season 1. The Mars Generation, Netflix original.
The Mars Generation. Let's go to Mars. Fucking everyone about their fucking Mars.
Did you see Trump interviewing the astronauts?
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet.
God, it was pretty funny.
What happens?
Well, he's just like reading like off these like cue cards,
right?
You know the thing, and then he'd be like, and like when he says something, he's like, "So that's why we're going to Mars. Going to Mars is good." Like
I can picture.
He's just like reading. He's like he reads the text written for him, then tries to spice it up with a little of his own stuff, you know. And then then when he's interviewing the astronauts, he's like, "What are you learning up there?" And he has no fucking care. He doesn't give a fuck what they're learning up there.
Give the least of a fuck.
God, and then today I was sleeping and the news was on, and he was at like a Holocaust, like a memorial sort of thing, and I haven't looked it up yet,
right? But
he kept calling somebody Ellie.
Okay.
And I'm half asleep and I'm like, Ellie, it's a Jewish person. It's probably Eli.
Oh shit!
Right?
Yeah.
Like I think he kept doing it, and I was like, I wonder if anybody's going to say anything about that. But
we haven't looked.
But maybe it is Ellie. I don't know. But I was just like, I think you're probably wrong. Okay, so when the bow breaks. Oh, Cold War II.
Cold War II.
Cold War II.
Let's not forget about the sequels to the Cold War.
Yeah. Love True, Steakland 2.
Mm.
That's not like meat. It's like
S-T-A-K-E.
Steakland.
That's like a stick right there. They should just call it Stickland just to avoid the confusion.
The Host. I never saw it. The Host is that horror movie that has like the tentacle on the cover.
Yeah, it's like it's based off like the Japanese one, I think.
Yeah. Beyond the Gates, Hunter Gatherer.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this month ain't sounding too good to me.
So far, I am not impressed, except for Bodyguards: Secret Lives of the Watchtower.
Norm Macdonald, Hitler's Dog, Gossip and Trickery. I'll check it out. Queen of the South, Season 1.
All right.
All We Had. El Apostata. They've been putting like a lot of like novellas on there and stuff like that. Which I'm not against or anything, but it's like that I don't know if they're dubbed or if there's any way to read them or if they're subbed even.
When they have Maria Lado Barrio, I'll be interested.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so do I.
Confident they consolidate something
Back
like
to
that.
the internet.
Back to the internet. Okay, so this was a show that me and Randy used to watch after high school, and it was completely in Spanish, so we didn't know what was going on. But it had really, really sexy Mexican women in schoolgirl outfits. They were probably like 23, 24, but they're supposed to be like high school. And then there was this guy who wanted to hook up with them, and he had a hamburger car. And he just, like, it was like a Volkswagen that was like a hamburger kind of. And he just drove around, and he was supposed to get with the girl. He couldn't make it happen. And we used to laugh at his dumb ass trying to make it happen. Mm-hmm. We totally understood why he was trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
But in the last episode,
he says,
like, she's supposed to marry this other guy. He drives the hamburger car into the church.
Through the fucking wall.
Just right through the fucking wall. And then she gets in the hamburger car, and they fucking drive away. And I was like, that was good, man.
Confidente de Secundaria.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a Mexican telenovela produced by Luis Lanomacito. I just want to get... they don't even have a synopsis. Wikipedia, guys, get it together.
Well, maybe this is our job right now.
Maybe this is our calling in life.
But Netflix, get the fuck on that, okay? Yeah. If you're gonna be pulling over fucking this other shit, let's get a guy in a hamburger car with sexy 25-year-olds dressed up as high schoolers.
I don't want any of this derivative shit. I want to see the shit that inspired that.
No, when Britney Spears came out and people were like all getting a boner over that video, I was like, fucking so last year.
Yeah.
It was like fucking, and there was like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Univision.
Switched at Birth, Season 5. Is that just the show?
Wait. This is the fifth time they've been switched to birth, is it? So I'm saying, man, at a certain point, we got to stop worrying about making this fucking show and get this kid to his parents.
I'm curious if it's like a fucking drama about this happening and like their lives, or is this like one of those like TLC shows that it's just about people continually getting switched at birth?
I think it's one person continually getting switched at birth.
Nobody wanted him. The Fosters, Season 4.
Okay.
All Hail King Julian, Exiled, Season 1, a Netflix original. Anne with an E, Season 1, Netflix original. Get Me Roger Stone, Netflix original. Master of None, Season 2. That's
all
cool.
Right. I'm about that.
I was like, I mostly liked Season 1 of the show, but I was still like, I don't remember now why I was mixed, but I remember being mixed about it a little bit, but on the end of it.
Like, you can kind of, when you watch it, you get the feeling that the deliveries are happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't always feel organic, but he's still a funny guy, and whatever they're writing, it is very still his thing.
Yeah.
I like his style of humor, but it does feel like it's being delivered, like even in the show.
Yeah. He ends up, where does he end up going? Italy?
Does he at the end?
Yeah, he ends up like, because like I think they're like cooking.
Right.
Like they're something about cooking.
Yeah.
And he decides to actually like go to Italy and fucking like learn how to do it.
It's been so long. I need to rewatch that show before.
Yeah,
I get into this.
I might just put it on, at least like the last couple episodes before I start the second season.
Yeah.
All right, we got Midhorn, Sahara. Those are both Netflix originals. Command and Control, Cave, Love Song, Sherlock Season 4. Oh,
okay.
Good work, Cumber bitches.
All right.
The Intent, Tracy Morgan, Staying Alive. I'll watch me some Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, I'll watch Tracy Morgan.
The Breakup.
Okay,
whatever. The Place Beyond the Pines.
All right.
Royal Pain Season 8.
Okay.
Riverdale Season 1. That's the Archie show, right? I think it's like the Archie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know, like, I see people getting, like, really crazy about it, like, on Twitter, but they're also the people that, who get wet vaginas over Benedict Cumberbatch.
Right.
in Sherlock.
Right.
And really care if Doctor Who is old or not. So,
wait,
I'm not sure if it's for me.
So this is a live-action Archie TV show?
I believe so.
And they were from Riverdale. Everyone was like, the city was Riverdale.
Yeah. So, and if I'm wrong, my misconception of it is awesome.
The story you created, if it's not true, is better than the true story.
But it's like one of those things, you know how like you have friends that like you like those friends, but they're just into such stupid shit that when they say something, you're just like, well, since you said it, I'm never gonna look at that now.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's Riverdale for me.
I feel like it's like one of those things that someone's like, "Oh, have you watched that show Riverdale?" I'm like, no, what is it? And they explain to me. I just be like, "Fuck you,
Cumber bitch."
You cumber bitch.
Blame, a Netflix original. Laerte Say, Netflix original. I feel like in podcasting the last couple of weeks, I've been getting some really unfair shit thrown at me.
Yeah, you're being asked to be a linguist.
The Keeper, season 1. What's that? A fucking Harry Potter like sports show?
Mm-hmm.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So that's good. I could watch. You know, I it's weird because like I think Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is not a bad show, but when you watch like 30 Rock and then you watch it. Yeah, it's fucking pretty shitty compared to 30 Rock.
Yes,
but much. At the same time, the fact that you get it all at once on Netflix and there's no more 30 Rock,
right?
I go, okay, cool.
Yeah, I like the first season a lot. I didn't really care for the second season, but I still enjoy like that writing, that humor.
Yeah, totally. So I'll take more of that. That's cool. What's with wheat?
What is with wheat though? I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, it's probably
no question mark.
I imagine it's a documentary about how we use wheat and corn in the United States. I don't know. Anyways, Inglourious Bastards. I haven't seen that in a while.
Fucking flick.
So I could watch that again. Me and Amanda watched Schindler's List yesterday.
After we talked about
that was one that was coming that we did. So we actually did watch it.
So you watched
Schindler's List. It turned out she had never seen the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah. And so yeah, because you know she was born in like 86. So it was kind of like not like we were more of the right age where they're like, you need to watch this because you need to fucking know what's going on, or
right.
what you know. And so we saw it. We were on the younger side for having because it came out in 93.
Yeah, so
we're like 13. But yeah, it really did it really holds up well. I think Fiennes' character in it though, he could have been a little scarier. It's weird. It's almost like he was the scariest like psychopath that you'd ever seen, like in that kind of like position of power and that's that crazy kind of way in a movie at that point.
Right.
But we've seen so much in films since then that he almost seems tame.
Yeah.
Compared to as crazy and as scary as he probably was and could have been portrayed.
Yeah, at that time I think it was pushing the envelope, but I'm not sure if subvert's the right word, but like they've went so much further to kind of like break what you thought was possible as far as how evil these people are, especially like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Right. And but yeah, he's still but still a really great movie, obviously.
Yeah.
They call us monsters, but yeah, and he was a monster. What's next? Hassan Majah, Homecoming King, Netflix original. Dig Two Graves, Southpaw. Was Southpaw the movie with the lady boxer?
I think it was.
It's 2015. Well, no, that was probably before that.
Oh no, it was the one with what's his face? That Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay. I never saw that one. I heard that movie was pretty
Forrest
good.
Whitaker.
And Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, actually, I saw that movie in the theater.
Was it good?
Actually, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I never saw it, so I'm kind of glad to actually have a movie to watch.
Yeah.
Believe. Bloodline, Season 3. I Am Jane Doe.
Okay.
Joshua, Teenager versus Superpower. War Machine. Bunked, Season 2.
Oh, man.
Forever Peer. A New High. F is for Family. House of Cards Season 5. Oh, that's cool. But House of Cards. You don't like House of Cards?
I love House of Cards.
Oh, okay.
Season 4 was atrocious.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't like the turn that they decided to go.
Yeah.
Where they made it like this, like character story about the couple.
Yeah.
Like I
the
liked
Underwoods?
it. Yeah, when it became about the Underwoods specifically, and there was no more of like that, like those big twists and like these Machiavellian plots to like overthrow people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I really love because you didn't know like how deep this guy was going to go, and obviously I get an idea of where this is going to go.
Yeah.
I didn't need this whole season to believe that that's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it is one of those things where if they are really into it and they're going to make like a ton of it, then I don't really mind that season. But if we end up where that was it, that would have been a disappointment.
Yeah.
But should also add that that doesn't come on until the 30th. So we're practically in June.
Yeah, it's practically a June show at that point.
You won't have finished by the time you finish it. It's going to be June.
Yeah.
So, but and then they end with excuse me. They end with House of Cards, Marvel's Doctor Strange, Masterminds, and Sarah Silverman: A Speck of Dust.
All right.
So
it looks like the end of the month is pretty interesting.
Yeah, like the last day of the month gets really good.
Right.
So hopefully that means that June is so rocking that they were like, yeah, let's put that shit out in the anime.
Right, yeah.
But
so anything aside from those last ones that we kind of talked about, anything in particular that you're especially interested in? This kind of seems like a weak month, man.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of a weak month. I mean, it's definitely not like unsubscribe that month and save your $10 or whatever it is. But at the same time, yeah. I mean, but I will say, like, for most people, like Kimmy Schmidt and stuff like that, that's like, you know, I don't know. Do you think most people binge watch? Or is it just people who work weird jobs that get to do that, really?
I think most people binge watch, honestly.
On the weekends?
I think it's a lot more of a thing than people give it credit for.
Yeah, because I would imagine that that's going to be like a weekend for someone.
Right.
What will be just Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
So when you get down to it.
I think on the comedy front, it looks like a decent.
Yeah, comedy front.
It's a decent month. It still doesn't. I mean, the Dave Chappelle one was kind of like the big, like, I didn't even know that was coming, and that was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's kind of a.
I almost wish that they had done part 1 and part 2 of that
as separate
months, like that would have made this month stronger and would have kind of given them more attention or more focus individually to be enjoyed.
Yeah, because like I'd watched the first one, not even knowing there was a second one. And then I'm like, so I ended up just like burning through these.
Yeah.
When I could have been excited for another 2 months about the potential of another one coming out soon.
Right. That was more down the way. But,
yeah.
And who knows, man? Maybe like Switch That Birth season 5 is just gonna fucking change your life. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just hope they don't do it. Switch That Birth season 6, man. It's like, find your family, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like Inglourious Basterds is cool and stuff like that, but I mean, those are kind of movies too that like most people, if they probably really care, probably already own it.
Yeah,
and so the movie front is pretty weak.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Okay.
So see you guys again next time. If you have a question for Fingered by Randy and Jason, send questions or topic suggestions to fingeredpodcast@gmail.com. You can get Fingered by Randy and Jason 5 days a week on either iTunes, Google Play, or SoundCloud. And you can follow us on social media. Twitter, you can find us at Fingered Podcast, Facebook.com/Fingered Podcast. Make sure to use the hashtag #GetFingered. And have you got fingered by Randy and Jason? Leave an awesome 5-star review on iTunes or Google Play. Until the next time you get fingered.